Good morning, it's Wednesday. It's about 11:15 and I got the 8 pavers I needed this morning. But I'm going to start by finishing the edging so I know exactly where to space the pavers. So we'll get after it. Alright, starting here for my edging. This stake's going to be right in the way. So I just took the screw out of it. Now I need to see if I can get it out. Whew. Come on now. Aha, there we go. So it's a little close to put it right back next to it. Kind of compact that, but edging's going to come in here. I'll put this back here. Pull the edging back so it doesn't get hit too badly. And see if I got enough room to drive this in. All right, now I can start here. So I already know it's going to be long. So I'll go ahead and let's see how I want to make this corner. Yeah, so this corner will be better if I let it run past and then cut it. So I'm going to cut it at this angle here first. I'm gonna do most of it with this. I only got to go to the midway point. I don't need to try to get my saw in that gravel. Hey, my bit. Alright, now I can finish the cut with this. Done deal. Now, let's see what I want to do. I'm not ready to cut the other side yet, but I want to get this going on here. So I guess I'll just mark an angle here. Same thing. Okay, now I got a nice corner. Just put that in the height that is for now to match. And then also going to put a screw in there. I need to drill a little pilot hole first so I don't blow that out. Nice. There's a nice corner there. Alright, now I'm going to just go down the edge and get it level and flat, no parallel to the ground, and then yeah, pretty simple. When I get down here, I'll cut it to fit. So I'm gonna get after it. I'll probably just go ahead and run through both sides real quick. We'll see. All right, that's done. 30 minutes. 3 feet apart. Right at the elevation I need it. Matches grade here. So, next step is to I just need to bring all the pavers in here so I can space them out. So, there's 8 of them. Let me use my wagon. Take my tools away. Clean up what I don't need. Keep it tidy. Those little black shavings can get everywhere. So here I had to combine the two. Usually it's easy, but this is in the middle of a curve, so gave it some extra support there. Curve looks nice. Should have lined up nicely with that last brick. Paver. Concrete block. All right, get some water. All right. These are 24-inch by 24-inch by 2-inch concrete pavers. I had them weigh one when I first used them years ago, a couple years ago. 102 pounds each. So, gonna move about 800 pounds here. Just little by little, pivoting it. Now I used my wheelbarrow last time. The problem here is these sides are gonna not support the weight. So we'll see. It's probably the downfall of the wagon. Man, gotta get a hold of this thing. Sheesh. Not good for it. But it'll work. Weight-wise, I could carry 2 of them. This feels like nothing. All right, the math is to have these about 6 inches apart. It looks like I'm gonna have to probably reset that one to make a match elevation-wise here, because I don't quite have enough fill or underlayment, whatever. All right, how am I gonna get this out? Not bad difference. That's good. Okay, well, see, that's one. I'm gonna go and just kind of give it a, I think that's a good spot for it. Push. And I'll just kind of make another mark right there. that's where I'll lay the next one. So that's everything you just saw times 8. So I'm gonna do that. All right, that's 7 of them. There's not quite room for one more in the current layout. So I can either tighten them all up or spread them all out, which is what I'm gonna try first. So if we just measure kind of the middle here, 23 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gaps. If they all come like 2 inches more, I'll lose 12 inches here. So that would be there. And this would be 9 inches, but I could move this over. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna slide this one down to that mark and then make all of them 8 inches apart. We'll see. All right, that worked out perfect. They're all about as wide as my fingertips are apart. So that's nice and even. I just gotta level it. Easy stuff. It's just repetitive. Go get my knee pad and my, I don't think I have a mallet today, but my level, and get after it. All right, I'm gonna take a break, get some water, but I remembered my door thing was broken. So it got snapped off and my mechanic glued it back on, I don't know, a few times ago. But I'm just gonna screw it together because I got the tools right here. So, start with my drill bit. And I'm gonna go through, so the clip is still in there. It's just epoxied in there. So I'm gonna try to hit it in the clip so I can get as much plastic in there. See if I can get one in there. Well, it's holding it in, but it's pulling it away. I'm leaving it. Just putting screws in my truck during water break. Back to water break. All right, it's raining a little bit. Well, you know, kind of a lot of bit, but for a little bit. But I got all the pavers in. I had just set in the last 2 I was working on, because I started from that elevation and then came over here for this elevation, and then I got to kind of just blend it in the middle here. So I don't want these too slanted, but they're both, that one's pretty good. They're both high to my side. Oh no, that one's good level. Let's see if it's the same height as this. It is. So I just need to choose what's gonna disappear the most, what's gonna blend all these in the best, because it's not the same, you know, the elevation changes from the patio to that stone. Even now it looks a lot higher, doesn't it? All right, well, I'm gonna continue here leveling them out. I think there's rain coming this way. but it's very lightly raining. So here I lifted both of these blocks, and I already did the work, but I just blended. I untouched, this elevation was untouched and this elevation was untouched, but I just blended them together so it's not going to be horizontal and plumb and level, but they'll be matching each other. So let's see how well it did it. All right, that looks a lot better. Before it looked, you could tell that it was taller. All right, now I'm just gonna kind of get them more centered. Whoa, water, hello. Get them more centered along here, and then I have a little bit of blackstar. The amount needed is less than the minimum bulk purchase I could buy. So hopefully I have enough to get it a little bit everywhere, but I don't know, hard to tell. All right, I'm gonna get these edged up and hopefully it doesn't rain me out. I don't think so. All right. Gravel is stretching farther than I was thinking, which is good. I forgot, well, I didn't really forget, but I went ahead and put this 8th one in here that I brought, because we're gonna end, I'm gonna build a deck bench thing here that's gonna end like right here. So we'd already planned to put that in, and I already had it, so went ahead and put it there. I'm going to extend the edging around, but I don't know where it's going to end exactly until I get the bench in. So all that'll get tidied up when the bench gets made. So I'm just shoveling this in. It's easier than dumping and spreading, because I can just come along and lay it in the depth I want. I think I might be able to get 2 more wagonfuls of gravel out of my truck bed, and this is the second one, so just about halfway. Should be perfect. All right, when it gets down to this much, I'll for sure dump it. The dumping feature is great and all on this, but it doesn't get it completely empty. So, I'm liking the wagon. It's better than a wheelbarrow for sure. Team wagon. All right, so one of the hassles of carrying a lot of stuff in my truck is that I gotta always be shifting it around. So, I'm gonna clear off this side. Like that. now I can shift all my stuff over. Scraps and trash, recycling. These forms are from, I guess I brought these for the concrete umbrella stand. This was used as a concrete form. Where did I use that? I think I used that for the gate motor mount. That's what these are from. Yeah, these I brought for stakes, supports. And I have some miscellaneous recycling, some more miscellaneous trash, and my constant collection of scrap metal. Always constantly just tossing little bits and pieces. Like this is all metal. I'll be able to recycle it. They pay me money. So I just save it up until I got enough worth driving over there, which will be soon. But they don't allow cameras there. They have a really big sign. This is not scrap metal. These are my stakes, but I know that. This is a stick. That's a piece of metal. Glove. Piece of lumber. Fencing. Okay. See all that. But that's all worth it because now I can get to all this gravel. I've been carrying around all this stuff for weeks. I don't have a good like outside yard to store bulk material. Not yet anyway. All right, I'm gonna get this loaded up. Try to get this dirtier stuff at the bottom. But I'm gonna hose it all up. I'm gonna hose it all off because it'll help settle the smaller particles down. So wherever there is like the granite in there, I'll be able to clean it out. And this stuff is super dusty. You can kind of see in the pool area how it's a darker color, and then you can see where it's lighter, where I churned it up. So it's pretty dusty. It takes some time to get clean. And then as it happens, pick up this stuff out of there. Don't want it there. It'll get kicked up by the string trimmer and go break a window. We don't want that, and it just looks untidy. These pine needles are just from my weeks of work. They'll come out, they'll blow out, they'll break down, they won't be a problem. All right, that's all the gravel that was in my truck, but I'm like an inch or two short over there around that last paver or two. So I think I'll buy one bag, but I have to go and buy the bag from the same place that I bought this gravel so it'll match. You can buy blackstar gravel at like Home Depot and Lowe's, but it's not a consistent size and color in my experience, or at least it doesn't match what I get at this yard at that store. So you can see the hose does a lot to clean it off and get those smaller particles down in below the big ones. So it's here where my hose is now, where this was the last bit, and you can see the side of the paver. Up here you can see the side of the paver. I want it to be up to the top, or close enough. Clean this one too. Well, I'll need gravel around this paver as well. I need more than one bag. And I don't know that I have another job that's going to use blackstar between here and then. And give it all one rinse over so it looks uniform. All right, I'll pick those needles out of that batch. Otherwise, this is done. Be back tomorrow with the remaining gravel. And I'll probably just add it onto this video. So I'm gonna get cleaned up. Roll out. All right, check it out. I'm here at the gravel yard where I buy the bulk gravel. Here it is bagged up, I'm pretty sure. I'm just waiting for the guy. They say it's about 90 pounds. I'm not sure the volume of it. But check it out, this is the machine. I can't get in there. There you go. A big old hopper that they bag their own gravel. So they have all those bulk piles over there. They can bag up whatever material they got, which is good for me because I know it's going to match what I already have. So, see you soon. All right, I did some quick math. I bought 4 bags, but out of the other ones, total will have about 3 cubic feet is what I determined. And compared to the cost I buy bulk, that's 4 times the cost per cubic foot. So bags are very expensive, but this is what I needed, and now I won't have a bunch of extra gravel living in my truck for who knows how long. So this works for me. All right, 4 bags was probably way too much, but now I have it, and it'll be easy for me just to move it once into my storage. These are very heavy duty bags, more heavy duty than whatever you buy at Home Depot. It's got a metal tie on it. Man, it'll be easier to shovel out. That's a nice bag there. Yeah, you can already tell it's the same material, which is perfect. All right, path is all done. And if anything, I have some gravel left over. It took 1.5 bags here. I busted open the second bag and went ahead and finished this out. That's as far as the gravel will go. I'll add edging here and build a big old bench thing that's going to wrap all the way around to the umbrella there. So this phase is complete. I got to design the deck and get them a cost and have them approve it and hopefully have it done before October. Today is August 28th. Tonight is the University of Houston first home football game, so I'm headed to that.